In the last year, I've built hundreds of Vibe coded apps and sold around 50. Now, what I'm going to do in this series is I'm going to be building an app from the beginning to the end. So starting with our idea, this is what I'm going to be building. Perturb. What Perturb does is it takes all the user data from these AI coding platforms and puts them into simulations. So to quickly visualize what this app would do, is it takes in all the user data right here, and then here it sends the data to these different simulations of pricing models. And then what the app does is it ranks the pricing models based off of how much you would earn and the customer impact. So in this series, it's going to be comprehensive. You can build with me, you can learn with me, and you can take all the lessons I've learned from thousands of hours of doing it, hundreds of thousands of dollars I've earned from doing it, and literally apply the same things that I'm doing in my videos with your apps. So the last app that I made, I sold for $2,000, and this is exactly what I've done. I split up every single session into core goals I wanted to achieve. And in this case, I'm going to do it for videos. So there's going to be 6 videos in total in this series. Video 1, branding skeleton. Video 2, data ingestion MVP. Video 3, simulation engine, and so on. Now, today we're only going to be focusing on video 1, which is getting the UX and the UI perfect, getting a branding right. So we have a couple of taglines, we have our logo, and we have everything that we need to actually create a sustainable brand, $1 billion brand. We're going to have a value proposition, and there's a bunch of optional things that I'm not sure whether I'm going to go with, but we'll see how it goes today. So here comes the first major tip. When you're creating and when you're using vibe coding tools, you always want to be providing pictures as context. So what I've done is I went onto referro.design, this is not sponsored, and I just took Stripe's integration page. The goal is to set up brand, workspace, and initial UX skeleton. Then what I've done is I took this image, Gemini's recent image model. Then in my prompt, I asked it to change the actual text of a website page, but to keep the same theme. So if we run this, hopefully what we're going to get is we're going to get a nice image that we can then use as context for our own app, yet with Stripe's themes. Because of the reason why I'm using Stripe is our customers are going to be $1 billion customers. They're going to want something professional, they're going to want something adequate. So after a little bit of work, I've created these screenshots that I want to use as the base context for building the app. So these are the 5 screenshots I'm going to be providing the AI agent. So now we've done this, we've got the screenshots, we've defined our goal. The next thing that we're going to do is look at the font, the themes, and the different color schemes that we're going to be using. Now, after careful consideration, I've decided that the 3 main colors that I want for Perturb are these ones. Now, I believe that this has a quite analytical, quite intuitive and very friendly color scheme. It's azure, smoky white and dark grey, and I think that these 3 really work together. This is a logo, so it's not going to be in a gradient. It's typically going to be in a white or black, so it's either going to look, so a logo is either going to look like this or like this, but I really do like the fact that when you put it in a gradient of our 3 main colors, it still looks decent. So when it comes to the actual font, in my opinion, this is one of the most important things when you're getting a theme and you're getting actual feeling and aesthetic of your app, because the font really portrays what type of business you are. It portrays whether you want to symbolize yourself as a more friendly Anthropic style company. Anthropic have very nice graphics. They use quite old yet friendly and curvy fonts, especially this one, which I really like. And they just have a very light color palette, very homely, very friendly, a little bit like OpenAI as well. If you were to look at how Google portrays itself, it portrays itself as a more corporate, more less feeling and more efficiency. And if you were to look at something like Craigslist, it's a lot more rigid and a lot more technical, less user-friendly and more straight to a point. Now, I'm not saying that one is better than the other. All I'm saying is that there's a certain feel that you want to go for your company. And I want Perturb to feel like you're at home when you're using it, that you really trust it, and that there's a consistent theme of friendliness all throughout the user's workflow. So the font I'm going for is Cooper BT. Now, this is native to Canva, but you can get it anywhere you want. So I've come up with 3 taglines that I really like. And I want them to be quite straight to the point and quite simple of what they're going to do. Now, as I've explained before, Perturb is the intelligence behind agentic pricing. So the first tagline is intelligence pricing for intelligent agents. Now, that's quite an intuitive and simple one. I really like it. The second one is the intelligence behind your pricing. And I can see this, something, for example, going under Perturb's name. I think it looks really nice, suits it really well. And the last one is also really nice. Pricing at things. A lot more simple, a lot more straight to the point, a little bit more abstract. So I would say the first one is a little bit more specific for absolute agents. The intelligence behind your pricing has a very nice ring to it, and it sounds really good. And pricing at things is just a very short, straight to the point, bang about what Perturb actually is. So I've also written down a couple of core stuff that is integral to the actual creation of a company. that you need before you've started a company, just so you can, well, explain it to other people, get it out on paper, and start getting more clearer stuff. So what is Perturb? And I said Perturb is for software companies venturing into agentic services and want to optimize their price. Very, very simple, one sentence. Who's it for? Software companies who generate substantial customer data and are strategically inclined are our ICP. These companies are looking to provide modern, intelligent products that offer use of state-of-the-art agentic capabilities, and they want to optimize their pricing to align with their motives, whether it's user growth, revenue margins, LLM usage, or whatever metric they're out after. The wedge is that we're specifically going on to agentic pricing. We're going to become the best company in the world at offering the most intelligent pricing for agentic use. And the long-term vision, of course, is to become the go-to closed-loop optimizer for every single digital business. What I see Perturb being in the end is a layer over every single digital business. 24/7, Perturb is customizing the pricing, doing different A and B testings, taking all this data and implementing it back into the models to just improve them iteratively, and maximizing and optimizing the efficiency of the actual pricing models. The core promise is to provide you with valuable insights into your agentic pricing strategy, and we've already gone over the taglines. The next episode of a series where we build the MVP is coming out in a couple of days, so see you there. Make sure to subscribe.